Shalom, shalom. Catch this the ball. So, the picture that I have on the front of this video are some gnomes, little statues that look like people. And how I got to these gnomes. I was walking out my home one day and I could smell water. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. And like I smelt my way to where these gnomes were. Now, I had never been on this road. I had never seen these. So I get in the car and I'm driving. I had the window down so I could smell my way there. And as I'm driving, an owl swooped down in front of my car, like in front of my windshield. And we know the owls represent wisdom. So I continued to drive, and my intuition was like, okay, turn down this road. The road was called Gypsy. So I turned down this road, and as I get down this road, like bugs started taking my car. Really weird. So I pull up to like this little bridge. It was a gravel road, and I pull up to this like small bridge where it had a stream of water, and that's where the gnomes were. So I take a picture of the gnomes from the inside of the car because the bugs were taking my car so heavy, so I couldn't even get out the car. So after I took a picture of the gnomes, I continued to drive down this gravel road, and I am sightseeing. The road made a circle, and it came back out to the main road. So later on that night, once I end up going home, I'm standing in the doorway of the home, and my left eye zoomed in like a telescope. And at the time where I was renting the mobile home from, there was a lot of yard. So my eyes zoom in, and I see black figures like people marching in my yard. And it was men and women. I instantly knew, like, okay, these are my ancestors. Then after they left, I started to see this woman that looked like the lady on the Scary Movie, The Dollhouse. And she had this evil, wicked grin on her face. And then she disappeared. Later on that night, also, my baby would not go to sleep. Like, I could feel a presence in my home, and my baby would not sleep at all. He kept pointing into the darkness. He would go into the room where it was dark, and he would point. And then in the kitchen, the light fixture didn't work, but he would point at the light fixture. At the time, I had my friend got there because I was doing his dreads. He was crying. Tears was running down his eyes, and I'm like, why? He would not say anything. He was just crying. He wasn't boo-hooing, but tears were just running down his eyes. Yeah, I was terrified. My baby eyes were bloody red, and he just kept pointing to the darkness. So I'm like, forget this. And I grabbed my kids, I put them in the car, and I'm like, okay, I'm finna take him home. So as we get in the car and we depart from the house, he was like, you know who that was? And I'm like, no. He was like, that was Satan. And I'm like, I knew it had to be him or something because my baby eyes was red and he would not go to sleep. He just kept saying, Mom, like in a demonic voice pointing into the darkness. Okay, fast forward. That was 2022. Fast forward into 2024, last year around December. Just so happened I decided to drive down this road again. Y'all, I kid you not. Why have they bought this land, busted up that bridge, and put a concrete block there to block off the water? This is so crazy because this is a lot of land. That's all I kept thinking at the time was like, this is a lot of land. They had no ownership of the land at the time. So I'm like, I wonder who owns this land. But long story short, what I'm getting at is Yahweh is revealing all the injustice in the land that has been going on for decades. How a lot of this land has been stolen from us, our ancestors, for a couple of dollars, because at the time you have to realize that our ancestors couldn't even read or write to even sign over anything. They just took it from them and gave them a little or nothing. And now they're trying to build up everything to skyrocket the price on it to make it to where it's difficult for us to live, let alone buy the land. So, this is why he is raising up his army. Remember, he is the Lord of hosts, which means the Lord of armies. He's raising up his army because he is taking back what is rightfully his. This was always the Father's. And he allowed them to have power and dominion. Because what they're building up, we're going to take it. It's going to be ours, baby. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Our time of suffering didn't go in vain. It is coming a time where we will be rulers and kings, but we must know how to sustain and maintain and unify to keep, because that's what they knew how to do out of all this time. They knew how. That's how they got over on us. They knew how to trick us to fight against one another so they could take from us. So if this is the time for us to unify, to grow together, to understand that our sole purpose is to do the Father's will, to build his kingdom full of love and peace and kindness. We have no reason to be fighting against one another. We are no better than the next. We should be loving our sisters and brothers. Stop killing one another. We doing their job for them. They don't have to do it anymore. We're doing it for them. It is time for us to wake up, rise up. Let's do what we are called to do. And thank you to my sisters and brothers that are doing what you have been called to do. I love you so much. And the Most High loves us way more than we can imagine loving one another or being loved. Continue to stay strong in faith and keep your head held high, and know that all will come to pass in due time. Shalom.